I held the generous, strong, beautiful hand of my first wife, Cassie, as ovarian cancer took her life.
The tragic illness of Pierce Brosnan's wife, Keely Shea Smith, presents a personal tragedy for the legendary James Bond actor. Brosnan has already lost his first wife and children to cancer, and this tragic news only adds to his list of misfortunes. Everyone remembers Pierce Brosnan as the charming actor who captivated moviegoers with his affable personality and portrayal as James Bond. Despite his Hollywood demeanor, Brosnan has experienced deep love, terrible loss, and resolute perseverance in his personal life. The news broke recently that Pierce Brosnan's wife, Keely Shea Smith, is fighting major health problems, which is just another chapter in the actor's inspiring tale of perseverance in the face of hardship. Brosnan is no different from any other celebrity that his devoted fan base feels a strong affinity with. We have been moved and amused by his on-screen performances, and we have learned valuable lessons about love, persistence, and family from his off-screen demeanor. Brosnan and his family deserve our deepest sympathies and best wishes at this trying time. In order to grasp the gravity of this new information and how it can affect Brosnan, it is necessary to explore his biography. Overcoming personal hardships and rising to prominence, Brosnan's story exemplifies the resilience of the human spirit. He began his journey in poor circumstances in Ireland. The man behind the symbol and the resilience he displayed in the face of unfathomable sorrow may be better understood by looking at his journey. A difficult upbringing for Brosnan. The life of Pierce Brosnan starts on May 16, 1953, in the little Irish town of Drogheda. Early on his life, Pierce, the only child of carpenter Thomas Brosnan and May Smith, experienced a great deal of loss and upheaval. His father left the family when he was a baby, and May was left to raise her kid all by herself. May took the tough choice to seek employment in London, England, in order to support for her kid. Consequently, Pierce was ordered to reside in Navan, Ireland, with his grandparents, Philip and Kathleen Smith. The effect of Brosnan's separation from his mother at such a young age was significant. It left him with a sense of alienation and loneliness that he carried with him throughout his boyhood. William Carmichael had just married his mother, and Pierce eventually found himself back in London to see them. But it was tough for the little Irish lad to adapt to a new family and a new place. His students often made fun of him, labeling him an outsider due to his accent and upbringing. His stepfather's love of movies ignited a lifelong enthusiasm for the profession, and Brosnan sought refuge in art and the enchantment of film. Brosnan abandoned his formal schooling to pursue a career in commercial drawing when he was 16 years old, despite his natural creative abilities. He honed his craft and explored his imagination at St. Martin's School of Art. At this period, fate intervened at the Oval House Theatrical Workshop, altering the trajectory of his life in an instant. Brosnan found a new source of inspiration after seeing a fire eater perform and instruct others in the technique. He enrolled in a 3-year acting program at the Drama Centre London after being intrigued and motivated to give acting a go. To Brosnan, acting was about more than making a living. It was about finding a new identity and escaping his troubled past. Acting was a liberation for me when I discovered it, or when it discovered me, he would explain later. It was a stepping stone into another life, away from a life that I had, and acting was something I was good at, something that was appreciated. That was a great satisfaction in my life. With a renewed sense of purpose and enthusiasm, Brosnan embarked on a mission to leave an indelible impression on the realms of stage and screen. Unbeknownst to him, his trip would be a roller coaster of ups and downs, always pushing him to his limits. Ascend the Hollywood starlet trap. It was a slow but steady path to Hollywood prominence for Pierce Brosnan, defined by tenacity and a string of fortunate breaks. Following his 1975 graduation from the Drama Centre London, he embarked on a professional acting career, appearing in London theatre plays and making cameos on television series such as The Professionals and Murphy's Stroke. But his breakout part came when he played the lead role in the American TV series Remington Steele. The series, which premiered in 1982 and featured the exploits of a dashing and enigmatic private detective, catapulted Pierce Brosnan to stardom in the U.S. because to his charisma and good features. Thanks to the 5 seasons of Remington Steele, which were a smashing success, Brosnan was able to expand his career and solidify his place as an exciting new star. During this period, Brosnan first got the attention of the producers responsible for the James Bond series. After Roger Moore announced his retirement from the role of James Bond in 1986, producers contacted Brosnan about playing the renowned British spy. But destiny intervened in the shape of a contract with Remington Steele that prevented him from accepting the job, and Timothy Dalton ended up playing the part. It was clear that Brosnan was devastated to pass up the opportunity for a part that might have defined his career, but he was determined not to let it defeat him. Eventually, fate smiled on Brosnan, and he was given the role again in 1994, following a 6-year break for the Bond series. Now was his chance to play the role of the renowned Agent 007. The 1995 release of his first feature film, GoldenEye, revitalized the Bond franchise and brought widespread praise to Brosnan's performance. His portrayal was spot on, managing to convey both the character's trademark refinement and a fresh, gritty side that fans loved. Tomorrow Never Dies, 1997, The World Is Not Enough, 1999, and Die Another Day, 2002, were the 3 more Bond films in which Brosnan would feature during the subsequent 7 years. Brosnan cemented his position as one of the most popular performers to ever play James Bond, and the films were economic successes, earning hundreds of millions of dollars worldwide. Even after he put up his tuxedo in 2004, Brosnan's impact on the franchise was undeniable, and fans still gush over his contributions. But Brosnan still had a long career ahead of him. When he was no longer limited to playing James Bond, he jumped at the chance to prove his acting chops by tackling a broad variety of complex parts. Brosnan repeatedly shown that his skill went far beyond the charming secret agent character that had brought him fame, from the dark comedy The Matador, 2005, to the musical romance Mamma Mia, 2008, and the political intrigue The Ghostwriter, 2010. Personal experiences of deep love and devastating sorrow shaped Brosnan into the man behind the actor as he proceeded to carve out a place for himself in Hollywood. Conflicts between the first wife and daughter on a personal level. Pierce Brosnan's private life has been characterized by severe sorrow and loss, hidden behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. After meeting Australian actress Cassandra Harris on set, he wed her in 1980. Brosnan took on the position of stepfather to Charlotte and Christopher, Cassandra's children from a prior relationship, adding a new dimension to an already heartfelt love story. But Cassandra's ovarian cancer diagnosis altered their lives irrevocably only 7 years into their marriage. The news hit Cassandra especially hard since she had lost her mother to the same illness many years before. As a result, Brosnan became a full-time caretaker, seeing his wife through her painful treatments and operations and overseeing the upbringing of their young children, including their 1983-born son, Sean. Cassandra courageously battled the illness for 4 years, with Brosnan at her side the whole time. Cassandra died of cancer in 1991 when she was 43 years old, despite their best attempts and the love that was around her. After losing his wife, Brosnan was left to raise his children on his alone, which was a tremendous burden on top of his already heavy sadness. I don't look at the cup as half full, believe me. The dark, melancholy Irish black dog sits beside me from time to time. Brosnan continued to reflect on the impact of losing Cassandra in a 2017 interview with Esquire, saying, "I don't look at the cup as half full." Her passing would linger with him, serving as a constant reminder of how fragile life is and how deeply he loved her. Brosnan devoted himself to being a doting father to his children as he dealt with life following Cassandra's death. After standing together as a team, He was now resolved to pay tribute to Cassandra's memory by giving their children every advantage they could get. As they got well and continued on with their lives, the family became closer and stronger. Tragically, in 2013, Brosnan's adoptive daughter Starlet was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, the same illness that had killed Cassandra's mother. This was yet another blow to the Brosnan family. As a result of the news, Brosnan felt the same anguish and powerlessness that he had felt many years before. Despite Starlet's valiant efforts and those of her medical team, she succumbed to her illness on June 28, 2013, at the age of 41, just as her mother had done. As if Brosnan's sorrow at Cassandra's death weren't bad enough, the loss of his daughter hit him much worse. In a statement issued shortly after Starlet's death, Brosnan conveyed his heartfelt grief. On June 28 at 2 p.m., my darling daughter Starlet Emily passed on to eternal life, having succumbed to ovarian cancer. She was surrounded by her husband Alex, her children Isabella and Lucas, and her brothers Christopher and Sean. Starlet fought her cancer with grace and humanity, courage and dignity. Our hearts are heavy with the loss of our beautiful dear girl. We pray for her and that the cure for this wretched disease will be close at hand soon. The devastating impact of losing his wife and kids to the same terrible sickness has haunted Brosnan's life ever since. He has turned his suffering into a call for more funding and research into cancer, and he is leveraging his celebrity status to do just that. Even though he will never forget Cassandra and Starlet, he has found solace in his family's affection and the passage of time in his own life. Rediscovering love with Keely, a second wife. Pierce Brosnan's love for his second wife, Keely Shea Smith, gave him hope and helped him recover from unfathomable sorrow. 3 years after Brosnan's first wife, Cassandra Harris, passed away, their tale started in 1994. While journalist and former actress Smith was interviewing actor Ted Danson at a Mexican party, Brosnan and Smith crossed paths. There was an instant and unmistakable chemistry between Brosnan and Smith. In an interview with The Independent in 2017, Brosnan reflected on their immediate connection, recalling, "Wherever I went in the world, I missed her, and I'd send her tickets to come so we could be together. We just seemed to fit." Their romance flourished, and Smith brought Brosnan comfort and joy while he dealt with the hurt of losing Cassandra. In the midst of overwhelming despair, Brosnan found solace in Smith's love and support. In that same interview, he says, "I found a great woman in Keely Shea. Not if I searched 1,000,000 times over would I find one as good." They had a profound understanding, and Smith embraced Brosnan and his children, who were still struggling with their mother's death. Brosnan and Smith were married in a beautiful wedding at Ireland's Ballintubber Abbey in 2001. Smith became Brosnan's wife and the doting stepmother to his 3 children, Sean, Starlet, and Christopher, at their joyous wedding, which was a time of renewal and love. They continued to grow their mixed family and bring joy to their house by welcoming 2 more boys, Dylan and Paris. Brosnan and Smith have weathered the storms of marriage side by side, drawing strength and solace from their love. Brosnan has been quite vocal about his love for his wife, thanking her for her brains, attractiveness, and unfaltering support. Speaking to the Mirror in 2017, he said, "I love her vitality, her passion. She has this strength that I wouldn't be able to live without. When Keely looks at me, I go weak." Brosnan and Smith's collaborative efforts to improve the world extend beyond their love relationship. They have both been active with several environmental charities and organizations because of their deep commitment to preserving Earth and its people. Climate change, ocean conservation, and the need of protecting natural ecosystems are just a few of the important problems that they have used their platform to bring attention to. The couple's eco-friendly Malibu house is a lovely sanctuary for their private life. Their home, which is a reflection of their beliefs and dedication to eco-friendly living, is encircled by verdant gardens and looks out over the Pacific Ocean. They can get away from the stresses of Hollywood and concentrate on what's important: their love for one another and their families in this peaceful haven. Nevertheless, despite constructing a life together brimming with love and meaning, Brosnan and Smith have not escaped the obstacles and tragedies that life inevitably brings. A new and challenging chapter has opened for them in recent years as Smith has been quietly fighting a major health condition. Brosnan, who has seen firsthand the devastation that a serious illness can have on a family, has understandably been very troubled by the news. As his wife goes through this difficult period, Brosnan is there for her, providing unwavering support. Smith has been his rock through thick and thin, and now he stands at her side, prepared to confront whatever the future brings with the same unwavering love, bravery, and resiliency that have characterized their relationship from the beginning. They remain steadfast in their love, which has carried them through so much previously, and they continue to delight in the little things in life, spending quality time with one another and their children. The upset Brosnan has lately had. Pierce Brosnan has had an unbelievable life full of highs and terrible lows, and now he must confront an even more tragic task. His cherished wife, Keely Shea Smith, has been quietly fighting a major health problem, according to recent reports. Fans all across the globe are worried about the couple's health, and the revelation has shocked the entertainment business, even though no one knows what's wrong with her. Because Brosnan has previously gone through the unfathomable anguish of losing his first wife, Cassandra Harris, and their daughter, Starlet, to ovarian cancer, this news is especially terrible for him. The actor has been forthright about the enduring effect of his past losses, so the thought of dealing with another health issue involving a loved one must surely cause him tremendous concern and anxiety. According to an interview Brosnan gave to Esquire in 2017, he opened up about the impact of grief on his life, saying, "I don't look at the cup as half full, believe me. The dark, melancholy Irish black dog sits beside me from time to time." The recent news of his wife's illness has likely rekindled those sentiments of sadness and helplessness as he confronts the unknown future. It is understandable that Brosnan and Smith would want to deal with the news discreetly, given the heavy burden of public scrutiny that comes with their decision. The pair has been tight-lipped about Smith's health problems, mirroring their decision to spend much of their lives away from the limelight, concentrating on their loved ones and hobbies. Instead, they have concentrated on being there for their children and one another during this tough time. Sources close to the pair have said that Brosnan has been very supportive of his wife Smith during her sickness, which is a witness to the profound commitment and caring that they have. As they face this unexpected new chapter in their life together, he has been there for her, offering love, support, and strength. Additionally, colleagues and admirers from all around the globe have shown their immense love and support in response to the news. Thanks to their work and example, Brosnan and Smith have touched the lives of many people, and many have flocked to social media to share their condolences and words of support with the pair. Everyone loves and respects the pair, from other actors and industry people to the many fans who have been moved by Brosnan's tale and performances. Pierce Brosnan's life has been filled with both extraordinary highs and tragic lows. From his modest origins in Ireland to his ascent to fame in Hollywood, Brosnan has encountered several obstacles and setbacks. But his love, strength, and resilience have shone brightly throughout. We are once again reminded of the tremendous toll that life can take, even on those who seem to have it all, as he confronts another tragic chapter with his wife Keely's health struggles. Love and family can be a source of light in the darkest of circumstances, as Brosnan's journey has shown us. His steadfast devotion to his family and friends has taught us the value of a loyal companion, parent, and friend. Let us pause to be grateful for the love and light in our own lives as we offer our prayers and thoughts to Pierce Brosnan and his family at this challenging time. Let us cling to those we love tighter and keep in mind that love and hope may triumph over any obstacle.